Right, so slight change of plan. I was going to move on to harder angles on a straight line, but it was just getting a bit daft with loads of algebra, so I thought I'd do this instead. So here's a little man going for a walk. Okay, this is how I kind of started off the topic, with a little man walking like this. So this is what I want you to imagine. Here's the man, and here's the path he's walking on, okay? So I'm going to draw a path in a minute, and that's what I want you to imagine. So, here's the starting point. Then he walks straight up to here, and stops, and goes through a turn. He turns right, and he goes to there, okay? Then stops again. Got to be a little bit careful with my drawing here, because it's going to have to be nearly accurate. You'll see what I mean though in a minute. Then he gets to there. Then he turns right again, because he's facing down. He's still turning right. That one went a bit far, so I'll see if I can shrink it with my dot. Turns to there. Then he turns right again to there. This isn't an amazing drawing, but it's close enough. I'll just finish my path off to there. And then he turns right again and gets to there. And then he turns right again, and he's back where he started, facing exactly the same direction the way he started. Okay? Some of you might recognise that shape, some of you won't. If I said to you, what is that shape? Some of you will be answering now. Some of you will be looking around the room going, oh God, I can't remember what this shape is called. It is a hexagon. Okay? Now, obviously it's not a very good drawing of a hexagon. It's not very equal. However, the ones you're going to draw today will be equal. Here is the line that he was walking on. Alright? So he's walking along this line, but he turned off it. Alright? And he turned off it. He turned right this many degrees. Alright? This is how many degrees he turned. So let's call this one number 1. Then he was walking up this path, and he would have carried on walking up there had he not turned. And there is turn number 2. Then he was walking down this path here, and would have carried on walking along there had he not turned through turn number 3. Then he was walking down this path had he not turned through turn number 4. Then he was walking down this path had he not turned through turn number 5. And the last one, the last turn, was to make sure that he was facing back the same way, back where he started, turn number 6. Alright, so let me just get my man back for a second. So if we think of our man now facing this way, this is where he started on that dot. I'm just going to enlarge him so you can see him. Alright, and he's gone through turn number 1, then he's gone through turn number 2, then he's gone through turn number 3, then he's gone through turn number 4, then he's gone through turn number 5, and then he's gone through turn number 6. Alright, now his total number of degrees he's turned through, he's done a full turn. Alright, so there's 90, there's 180, there's 270, there's 360. So he has turned through 360 degrees in total. Alright? So he has turned through 360 degrees in total. And he's done that through 6 turns. and all the turns are equal size. Okay, so what we do to work that out is we divide his total by the number of turns he made to give us the answer as to how big those turns are. You can do this bit on a calculator, it's fine. 360 divided by 60, divided by 6 is 60. Okay, so 60-degree turns. So if we were to, now we know all those turns are 60 degrees, if we just look at number 1 here, and we know our answers, we know our angles on a straight line now, because that's what we've been doing for a few days. If we know 1 is 60, let me just get a rubber. And we know that is now 60 degrees. We should be able to work out that the one inside the shape is 120 degrees. Okay? So we know that from our angles on a straight line. So the internal angles, so the angles internal, these are internal because they're inside it. The internal angles of a hexagon are 120. And the external angles of a hexagon are 60. Alright. If we were to do a square, so if we were to start here, and we were to go up to here, and then we come to our first turn, I use blue, and our man turns through 90 degrees. I've already told you the answer. So he turns that way. We kind of know that that's 90 degrees anyway, because we've done that quite a lot. You've probably done that through your years at school, knowing that a square's got 90 degrees. But you've normally been focused on the internal angles, so you'll always kind of focus on these ones here. Now, because 90 is half of 180, the external angles are also 90. Alright? So, here's his little lines again that he would have carried on with had he not gone through his turns. Now, the directions I would give my little man to go from the black dot down here in the bottom corner, I would say go forward, any number, so let's just say 50, let's say the distance is 50, forward 50. Then I'd tell him to turn right 90 degrees. So now he is at this point here, but facing this way. Then I'd say go forward 50 again, because it's got to be the same number for it to be a square. Okay. Then turn right 90. So now he is here, facing this way. Then go forward 50. Then right 90 again. Now he's in the bottom right hand corner. Now he's here, facing this way. Then I would say forward 50 again. And then I'd say right 90 to get him back to exactly where he started, in this bottom left hand corner, facing up. Alright? Now, what we've got here is 1, 2, 3, 4 sets of the same instruction. So I know I'm kind of rushing through this a little bit, but you'll see it when you get onto the program today. So what we can do with this really cool program is type in repeat 4 times, square bracket, forward 50, right 90. And if you do that and press enter, it'll draw a square. Okay? Which is cool. And you'll go, ooh, look. Like that. That's what'll happen. Alright? Now, I want you to think of, let me just shrink this again. And move this up. Now, what happens here to all these numbers, every single time you're going to draw a shape today, your little arrow on the screen is going to turn through 360 degrees to do that shape. Okay? So if you wanted to draw a three-sided shape, if you wanted to draw a triangle, you would say repeat 3, forward whatever size you want. Okay, as long as that 50 number, it could be 10, it could be 5, it could be anything. Now right, to get this number at the end, to get this number here, we chose 90 here, we put 90 in. You will do 360, and just write it in red so you know what to do, divided by whatever number you've put here. Alright, so in the program you can actually put 360, then that slash there, divided by 3. You can actually put that in. Or you can do it on a calculator and work out the answer and type in the answer. 360 divided by 3 is 120, so you can put 120 in. If you put 120 in and press enter, it'll draw a triangle. If you wanted a 5-sided shape, you would put repeat 5, forward, again, whatever distance you want, we could say 10, right, 360 divided by 5, square bracket, and it'll draw a pentagon. Have a little experiment with that. Do some screenshots, put some screenshots on Seesaw, have a little play with it. It's a cool program. I do like it. What else was I going to say? I was going to say something else. Can't remember. No, can't remember. On the link, on the program, on the Transom link, it gives you some challenges to do. I think the first one is to draw like an L shape. So if you can do it and you can manage it, then screenshot it and stick it on Seesaw or stick it on Flipgrid, whatever you want. Just basically just have a bit of a play around with that program today and see what you can do and see if you can get doing some of these instructions, some of these repeat instructions. Like if you wanted a 10-sided shape, you would put repeat 10 times, square bracket, I would do small, forward 2, right, 360 divided by 10. Then that will draw a 10-sided shape. Alright, so have a little play, have a little kind of draw around with that, and we'll start again on Monday. And if you've got any snow like I have, enjoy the snow. Take care, draw.